What's going on today? This is David again. Just coming to bring y'all another video. Um, the Deceitfulness of Riches. This is going to be part two. If you haven't seen part one, please stop this video and definitely start at part one. I usually try to do these in order. Usually like a build up based on the subject. For you Israelites, I hope you're paying attention. A lot of these judgments are spilling out. A couple more rappers just got killed. Um, I think the brother from Detroit, Band Gang Will, and then a gentleman from New Jersey was good with Fetty Wap, I guess. Yeah, they did him dirty. And then a brother from the Bay, Lil Yace, all gunned down. Just like that. That's how the Lord works. Judgments are spilling out. The Lord is getting His throne. You got the Vaseline coming. Um, Satan is emotional. He uses emotion to stir up your fear. You notice every politician talking about it, or any celebrity talking about it, they always tell you some scenario that they went through personally. My father, this and this. This is the reality. People die every day. That does not mean you should be losing your freedoms because people die every day. Let's go to Enoch. The word of the Lord, life is not about emotion, it is about righteousness and knowing the ways of the Heavenly Father to avoid the perils and the pitfalls. Okay? These pitfalls and perils are really out there now. And the truth is becoming more and more evident to people who probably didn't know it. But to us, we see it. You're going to have to be strong. Okay? Let's read. Let's go to Enoch chapter 92, verse 19. Who is there of all the children of men capable of hearing the voice of the Holy One without emotion? That's right. The Lord, there are spirits that are created for vengeance. Okay? So I made a video called The Disease of Egypt. If the Lord wants you, He's going to get you. Nobody considers a person's sin why they're being judged in this world. Now, those who are coming to the truth, you sort of understand this. If you're new to the truth, sin is your convictor. It convicts you. Okay? The Lord sends warnings. He sends angry angels at you. You will be afflicted no matter what you do on this earth. If it's your time, it's your time. That's your portion. I don't want to get too far into that. Again, do I think the Vaseline, I'm going to call it the Vaseline, do I think it's the mark? No. I think it's 100% it's a conditioning, right? You might have troubles if you don't have it, right? But the next thing after that, you won't be able to eat, buy, sell, live in your home, nothing. And notice how this voting thing is becoming that's another noise out there. We think it's fraud because, right, they're going to want to chip you. It's all part of the scheme, the great scheme. But we're not ignorant of the devices. Anyway, this is about the deceitfulness of riches. Thought I'd, ramble a little bit. I typically do that. Definitely a lot of judgments are out. You see it. You're going to start seeing more and more of the Israelites. You're seeing it in certain circles. You watch YouTube, you watch little social media stuff. What's up with all these rappers dying? That's right. It's going to get worse. They don't know the truth yet. But a lot of people are going to come to the truth because your afflictions are going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And it says in Amos, in their afflictions, they will seek me early. But anyway, the deceitfulness of riches. A lot of our people think, especially in Israel, Judah, you think money is the blessing and that is the most important thing, and it makes you sell out your integrity for it. You got to learn that money is not, it's a definite sign of certain things, but your wisdom and knowledge of who you are and the Lord is the most important. This section, this part two, is going to be very revealing, and the Gentiles that are listening definitely is going to speak about you, what you need to do, because now is the time that a man, woman, children, you should be seeking life. Don't set your hearts and your thoughts on this place. It's time to start spiritually letting go. We're sitting back watching prophecy, and my prayers and my thoughts go out to you. It's definitely going to start getting more difficult for people here, and people are going to start considering. So let's get into it. The Deceitfulness of Riches, Part 2. First and foremost, before we break this down, let's give all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. All praises. All praise to you, lost sheep of the house of Israel, and the Gentiles who fear God. This is definitely a good subject. Definitely needs to be spoke about, and I hope you get understanding from it. So let's get it. The deceitfulness of riches. That's right. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 10 through 20. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. When goods increased, they are increased that eat them. Right. The more money you get, the more friends you get. That's right. The more they increase that eat them, you know, you done got paid in the league, and all of a sudden you got cousins from across the country. Right. That's how it works. Let's read. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? Right. What good is it to you? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much. Right. The person who's just laboring every day, he doesn't eat the word. So he sleeps good. He's not concerned about anything. He's in darkness. Let's read. But the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. Right. The more knowledge you have, the less and less sleep you get. The wisdom of the Lord, because you're watching now. Right. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. Right. To your hurt. The sun is out, the truth is on the earth, but you don't know that the sun is shining. It's going to be to your hurt. But those riches perish by evil travail. Right. You're suddenly taken away. Right. You're a rapper and you got all these riches and you get shot down in a split second. And he begetteth the son, and there is nothing in his hand. Right. The son doesn't know the truth, but you got riches. As he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand. Right. And this also is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit hath he that hath labored for the wind? Right. All your labors have been for riches, but you don't know the truth. And when you pass on, you're going to figure it out. Let's read. All his days also he eateth in darkness. Right. You got all the wealth in the world, but you're eating in darkness. You don't have any substance. Let's read. And he hath much sorrow and wrath with his sickness. Behold, that which I have seen, it is good and comely for one to eat and to drink. Right. To eat and drink the word of the Lord. To eat the bread, drink the wine. Right. Studying the word for man, because it's attached to you. And to enjoy the good of all his labor that he taketh under the sun all the days of his life, which God giveth him, for it is his portion. Right, that's your portion, that you eat and drink this word. Not all your people are going to get this portion. Right, let's read. Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof. Right, so he can give some people out here riches and wealth like he gave King Solomon, and have the power to eat the word of the Lord, to understand it. Because it is a power to understand this word. Okay? Some people out there who are going to be Israelites, you might not know it, but some are going to have riches and they're going to understand this. Let's read. And to rejoice in his labor, this is the gift of Yahweh. Right? It is a gift of God that you have this power to eat and drink the word of the Lord. And if you have the riches and you get this power. But if you don't, it's both of your portions. The word of God are the riches. Let's read. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because Yahweh answereth him in the joy of his heart. Right, because these individuals who have this power, this is their joy. No matter what King Solomon had, his joy was laboring out the word. A man that you see today who has the riches of the word or riches of the world, if he has the power to understand this word and to study it and to labor at it, that's the true joy of his heart. Let's read Ecclesiastes 6, verses 1 through 12. That's right, this one's heavy because this is going on right now. That's right, this one's good. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men, right? It's common amongst the line of men, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Native Indigenous Indians, Pacific Islanders, of Native Indian Negro descent, scattered all over the four corners of earth in the confusion of faith. This is common amongst you. This is what Solomon is telling you. A man to whom Yahweh hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanted nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Right, because he gave us everything in the beginning. You were free men, you had the riches of the earth, you didn't have to do any labor, work. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof. Right. So you're the line of man, but he hasn't given you power to eat, to study the word. Let's read. It's common amongst men. But a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. Right. A stranger eats the word. They've robbed Jerusalem of the word. The stranger, the wicked beast of the field, they know everything about you. And they know how to keep you in sin, to keep you in darkness. That's all this is. A play on knowledge. You don't have it. They took it from you. It's an evil disease because they know how to keep you down. Let's read. If a man beget 100 children and live many years, so the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, right? You don't know the truth. Your soul, and also that he hath no burial. I say that an untimely birth is better than he. It's better that you weren't born. For he cometh in with vanity and departeth in darkness. Right? You come in with vanity, you got the happy birthday balloons and all that stuff that people do today. But you Israelites, you're chief in this offense. You do all these things, vain vanity. Let's read. And departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Right? When you die with a slave name. You don't know who you are. You're in darkness when you die. Moreover, he hath not seen the sun, nor known anything. This hath more rest than the other. Right? You knowing something is a better rest than not knowing anything. You knowing the truth is better than you not knowing anything and having great abundance. Right? You depart in darkness. Yea, though he live 1,000 years twice told, yet hath he seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Right. You're going to die in darkness. You're going to just die with the rest of the people with nothing. All the labor of man is for his mouth. Right. All the labor that you're doing in the earth, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indigenous Indians, all the labor you're doing is for your mouth. That's all you're doing. You're talking about, I'm a black doctor. I'm the first black this. I'm in the NBA, or I'm making all this money from rap music, or I'm this. It's just vain talking. There's no substance under it. You're a rapper with a slave name. You're an NBA player with a jersey that says Black Lives Matter. You're not black. Your last name is named. You're named after a whole nother nation of people. You don't even know who you are. Words for your mouth, vanity. Let's read. And yet the appetite is not filled. Right. You walk around not knowing who you are. For what hath the wise man? What hath the wise more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Right. What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Let's read. Because you are poor. Okay, let's read. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. Right. It's better for you to see and know the truth than to drive a Bentley. You understand? That's what your Lord is telling you. Stop trusting in riches without truth. This is also a vanity and vexation of spirit. That which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Right. That which has been is named already, man. You're supposed to have dominion. Israel. Let's read. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Right. You can't contend against the Lord. Line of man, Adam, Israel, you 12 tribes. You can't contend with this word. It is going to affect you wherever you are. Repent, come back to your God. You're wasting your time. Let's read. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he, seeing there be many things that increase vanity. What is man the better? That's right. Many things increase vanity for you. What makes you better than what the power of the Lord can do? Let's read. For who knoweth what is good for man in this life, all the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow? Who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? Right. Who's going to tell a man what's after you under the sun? The men who study the word of the Lord, the line of man. Let's read. Chapter 7, verses 1 through 29. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Right? It's better for you to be poor and mourning, knowing the word of the Lord, than to be rejoicing and feasting, which a lot of our people are doing all day, every day. Staying fools, feasting. Mirth with no knowledge. It's better to be poor with knowledge. Sorrow is better than laughter. Right. Sorrow is you studying the word and you know what you lost now. So nothing is going to satisfy you here if you have true understanding. Let's read. For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right. These words were sweet as honey, but in their belly it's bitter. You enjoy getting this knowledge, but you realize that now you got to endure all these things. So you got to be strong and keep pushing. But the fool is dancing around in mirth. Let's read. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Right. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. You see our people like this, especially Judah. Let's read. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This is also vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. That's right. These things are oppression out here for you. The gift is, you got a shoe contract. Destroys the heart because it takes your heart away from the Lord. Let's read. You're not eating and drinking, so you're going to die in darkness. Let's read. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Better is the end of the things that you were once pursuing. Let's read. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Right, you got to be patient with the Lord. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? Right, when you come into this truth, the days you had before are going to be better, because he's going to bring you down. Right, he's going to strip you of the things that were taking you to error. Right, let's read. For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. So don't say the days before were better for you. The days are better for you now, knowing the truth, over anything else you've ever had in your life. Let's read. You'll see soon in this earth. Why? Wisdom is good with an inheritance. Right. Knowing the knowledge of the Lord, knowing your inheritance coming to keep you on the right path. And by it there is profit to them that see the sun. Right. For it's profit to all mankind, especially Israelites, that see the sun, the truth shining on the earth. For wisdom is a defense. Right. Wisdom is a defense against the wiles of Satan. And money is a defense. Money, the knowledge from the Lord, is a defense. That you men who have the power to eat and drink, you get the money from the Lord, which is higher levels of understanding. That's your payment. That's why I don't monetize. I get paid by knowledge, by hunting this word down and bringing it to you. Let's read. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Right. You have life from this wisdom. Only man has life. The Lord breathed life into Adam. The Lord breathed it. He breathed on the elect. These are the men who have life. Let's read. Not everyone in Israel has life that has the knowledge from the Lord. Let's read. Consider the work of Yahweh, who can make that straight, which he had made crooked. Right. Consider what has happened to you. You were once on a crooked path. Now you're being made straight. How did this happen to you? Consider the works of God. You found this truth because you've been ordained to know it. I don't care what you were doing in your life before. You've been called. He's making you straight. Let's read. Doesn't matter what people think about you, what they say about you, what you've done in your past. None of that matters anymore. The Lord knows who you are. He's called you because he knows you're good. Let's read. In the day of prosperity, be joyful, but in the day of adversity, consider. God also has set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him. That's right. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in wickedness. Be not righteous overmuch, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? That's right. Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Right. Don't die before your time like these rappers out here. 22, 23, 24, bang, in an instant. Don't be overmuch wicked. It is good that thou shouldest take a hold on this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand. For he that feareth Yahweh shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. Right. He's going to make you wise men powerful. He's talking about the 1/3. They're going to be judges. Let's read. You're going to take out everybody. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Right. We're not all perfect. So when people say, oh, you're righteous, you're not going to be perfect. Only one was perfect. Our King and the Almighty. Let's read. Also take no heed unto all words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. Right. Stop listening to everybody out there. Don't be like Ahab listening to 400 prophets who are leading you the wrong way, leading you to death. Let's read. Or your servant is going to curse you for it. Your one servant, the least of all seeds. Let's read. For oftentimes also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise hast cursed others. Right. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceeding deep, who can find it out? Right. The least of all seeds. Let's read. Psalm's going to go into it. I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things. Right. He applied his heart to know, to search, and to seek out wisdom. He's seeking the Lord's face. This is the joy of his heart. And to know that wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. Right. He's a watcher. He sees what's good and what's bad. And he's also participating in things that are good or bad. Let's read. And I find more bitter than death the woman's spirit, the emotional, soft woman's spirit given to you by the harlot, Satan, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Right. So all those people sitting in churches, they're under that woman's spirit. They have not escaped they haven't escaped the woman. They don't please the Lord. You do. You're coming to this knowledge. Let's read. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account. Right. Which yet my soul seeketh. Right. His heart, he's seeking truth, the word, understanding. But I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found. Right. He found one man right? The Lord breathed on one man out of 1,000. There was one prophet that Ahab hated out of the 400. Let's read. But a woman among all those have I not found, right? One prophet who is not under the woman's spirit out of 1,000. Let's read. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Right? A lot of these prophets out here, you're seeking out your own inventions. That's what Solomon is telling you, and he's warning you against it. Let's read chapter 9. I like 7. 7 is good. 6 is good. I like them all. I like them all. I like reading them all. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise in their works are in the hand of Yahweh. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all, and there is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all, yea. Also the hearts of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. That's right. And after that, they go to the dead. That's right. All these situations, you all leads to one place. So what should you be concerned knowing that the Heavenly Father has dominion over these things? You should be concerned about what's going to happen to you when you leave here. Not what you have here, because there's something else coming. Let's read. For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. Right. So for him who is joined to all the living, the doors of the Lord, there is hope for you. Let's read. You're not joined to the living, there is not hope for you. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Right. Beasts of the field. So this is also talking about the Lord called people at the end of Revelation, the last chapter, those without the commandments of the Lord are dogs. Okay? So it's better that a dog, whether it be a Gentile or an Israelite, because that's another term, beast of the field, that you are joined to a man who is living, who's been ordained by the Father to teach his word, than to be, what do you say? Than a dead lion. That you were a lion in the earth, you had all these things, but you're just going to be a dead man anyway. It's better for you to be a lowly little dog joined to a man of righteousness than to be a lion, a dead lion. Let's read. For the living know that they shall die. Right. The living know that you're going to die. But the dead know not anything, neither have they any more reward. For the memory of them is forgotten. Right. The dead don't know anything. They don't know the truth of the Lord. So, and they're not remembered when they're gone. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Right. They don't have a portion in the kingdom to come. Let's read. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. That's right. Eat and drink. That's right. Eat your bread and drink this wine with a merry heart. The Lord knows your heart. Your understanding is given to you by how much he knows your heart, that you really know this. You really want to know this word and be living righteousness. For God now accepteth thy works. Now he accepts your works. You've been called to the truth. Things of the past, not even around anymore. Walk in righteousness with your Lord. Don't chase money. Chase righteousness. Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of thy vanity, the woman's spirit wisdom. Let's read. Which he hath given thee under the sun all the days of thy vanity, for this is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. That's right. This is your portion. This is my portion. I love this woman. You understand? And I love teaching it to you. Let's read. You should be the same, especially you men. It's a requirement for you. Whatsoever that thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. Right. So whatever you decide to do with your life, with this wisdom, do it with all your might. Whatever portion he gives you, the work of your hand, whatever he gives you, that's what you got. Let's read. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. That's right. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. That's right. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemeth great unto me. There was a little city, and few men within it. That's right. And there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Right? The poor wise man delivers the city. There were few people in it. That's right. King was for a few. Yet no man remember that same poor man, like Lazarus. That's right. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. That's right. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Right? They don't want to hear you. The words of wise men are heard in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Right? The wise man's words are heard in quiet. How did the Lord go to the two men in Luke after he died? What did they say? Didn't our hearts burn within us when he opened to us the scriptures? In quiet. The real truth is learned in quiet, not amongst a bunch of fools. Let's read. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. That's right. One sinner amongst your people, you Israelites, brings you all down. And that's what Amos and Hosea is talking about. The 1/3 is not to rise up against the sinners of our people. And the Lord's going to raise them up. That's the end of part 2. Be on the lookout for part 3. That's going to take it all the way home. The deceitfulness of riches. Wisdom is more valuable than silver and gold. All praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and all praises to you lost sheep of the house of Israel, and you Gentiles who fear God. Be on the lookout for part 3. I think they're starting to mess with my videos a little bit. So I'm going to be trying to put out more and more things so you have something to listen to, because there's going to come a day where you're not going to be able to hear the words of the Lord. So you're going to have to really understand this stuff and know it when you study on your own to see what's going on. Shalom.